him in the game. And Xavier Tillman said this yesterday. When we go through our practices, he, meaning Porzingis, is doing some stuff, but you can tell he's very uncomfortable. Okay, well, if he's very uncomfortable in practice, how comfortable is he going to be in games? Because he has a tear in the sheath around the tendon that goes down into his foot. I don't know. I'll knock on wood for him. I hope he can come back and play a little bit. But I'm kind of doubtful about it because I think you're kind of doubtful
because I think you think the weight of our championship is hinged on him?
No, I think he's pretty important to you.
Yeah, he's important, but we've won all these games where he wasn't available. We went up 3-0. He was available for one game.
Okay.
Oh, he was available he played in 2.
Oh, he played in 2 games.
The second game, he scored like 13 points and then got hurt.
We went 2 whole rounds without him. We went 30-5 before he came back.
Okay.
So that's a big sample size of we're pretty good still.
What did Pat Riley famously or infamously say about rebounding?
The rebound war. They won the last 3 games.
Okay, no rebounds, no rings. Guess what? For the whole series so far, for the whole series, it's 181 to 155. That means Dallas is plus 26 in rebounds for the whole series so far. In the last 2 games, Dallas is plus 28. It's 95 to 67.
Okay.
But here's even worse for you. I'm looking at points in the paint. I'm looking at mismatch because I'm looking for the whole series. You're down 66 points in the paint. It's 212 to 146.
A lot of that had to do with last game, Skip.
Okay,
We set
all
up
right.
a lot of
the
threes.
last 2 games, Dallas is plus 50 points in the paint. It's 112 to 62. 112 to 62. That should scare you to death.
No, it
because
offsets.
you're getting pounded.
It offsets with the 3-point line. We're plus what from the 3, so it offsets that.
All right.
So we're up 3-1. And you know what else? You know what? Dallas is plus 6 in total points on the series, and they've only won 1 game. So what is that telling you?
It tells me that when I look at these numbers, if I just looked at blind resumes here and I just tried to compare the numbers,
if I didn't know,
be
down in the series.
I would think you'd be down 3 to 1.
You think so,
Seriously,
right?
I would. I would think you were down 3 to 1.
So that means we haven't played well. We're up 3-1 with 1 game to go at home.
Okay.
You can't be that confident.
Would you believe?
You guys have played this great and you're down 3-1. That's what you're saying.
Would you believe you lost by 38 on Friday night while Kyrie and Luka combined to go 1 of 14 from 3? 1 of 14 from 3, and you lost by 30. That should horrify you about tonight.
You know what that loss is, though, Skip? Look, I got the Celtics winning, but I'm not a fool to think that that the Mavs can't go into Boston and because of Boston's history of this lackadaisical approach, wind up winning the game, just like I felt in Game 4. Although I picked Boston, but I felt that Dallas could win the game.
You said that.
Here's why that Game 4 to me is an outlier. Because as I said before, they got 3 in the back pocket with 4 to go. So they got enough. At that point in time, they had enough cushion to make a mistake. So they made the 1 mistake. They don't have that cushion anymore to make a second mistake. Because that cushion, it starts like this, Skip. And as they start to take layers from the cushion, next thing you know, it's going to be bone on bone. So they got to be real careful tonight not to allow Dallas to hang around and feel like we can win this game. Because if they do that, Boston's going to have that long flight that Paul keeps talking about, where nobody is sleeping really well, they're uncomfortable, nobody's talking, they side-eyeing each other, they starting to look at Joe Mazzulla like, what are you doing? That's what they're going to have. That's the problem they're going to have. Game 4 was an outlier, though. They kind of was...
Complete aberration.
Yeah, it was like, we start off slow. They got hot on them, and then at that point, they kind of packed it in.
So I go back to 11 minutes left in Game 3 in the 4th quarter, and from that moment forward, when they went on that 22-2 run, if I just look at the score, the total score from that moment to now, it's Dallas 151, Boston 99. So they have outscored them by 52 points basically over the last 5 quarters. That's what you could say.
Yeah, but I wouldn't count the 4th quarter, though.
They're at home, too, Skip. They play better at home.
Okay.
So you expect that from them.
But y'all play better on the road, and look what happened.
We played better at home as of late. But I mean, you got to expect this from a Dallas team going home with some sense of pride. I mean, goodness gracious, we've already labeled this the best backcourt. We've already labeled Luka's probably the best player in the NBA. I mean, I would expect the best player in the NBA to get one win, right? I mean, come on.
I mean, he did everything that he normally was doing again. Nothing.
Yeah,
except he played a little bit better defense and a little more energy based on being shellacked by everybody in the media the game before.
Yeah. It was nothing game plan-wise. It was nothing strategic that Dallas did in that game to say, oh, we got to, hold on, something's different here. You know the only difference they made? The only difference was they changed their mindset. They said they're going to play a little bit harder, and Luka said, I'm going to get down on defense and finally play some defense because that's what we've been calling, and I'm going to stay off the refs. So that was the adjustment.
He did stay off the refs. I don't think he said anything to a ref the whole night.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. So that was the adjustment. So
every chance he had, he actually pushed the pace. He
he
tried to run down the court with the basketball. I don't know how fast he can run, but he's pushing it as hard as he can.
No, he did. That was the adjustment right there.
Seriously.
So if that's the adjustment, it wasn't game plan-wise, I wouldn't be worried at all. Okay. So now we just got to match their energy.
I saw Jaylen Brown try to guard Luka, and then I saw Drew Holiday try to guard Luka, and then I saw Derek White try to guard Luka, and he toyed with all three of them again and again and again.
Toyed with it? 12 for 26 is
toyed. He took him down low and just sort of said, nah, shrugged a little bit, and just went up over him.
He was a little more aggressive going to the rim, but he wasn't efficient.
No, he wasn't.
12 for 26.
8 from the 3.
And if you want to get specific about his numbers, and you want to talk about toy, to me, if you toy with somebody, you're going to shoot a higher percentage. And when you look at his numbers, he had 29, 5 and 5. That's below average for him. That's below average. Well, they blew him out. Yeah, and I get it. If he had to play the fourth quarter, it would have got better. But he wasn't efficient. He shot 12 for 26 in the first half, so there was nothing that's discouraging about what they did in Game 4, even though they won by 38 points, that's going to tell me they have the Celtics number. They found something in the offense. They found something in the defense, because to me, that was a lack of energy by the Celtics, and that was a lack of effort, and that was unacceptable, and everybody saw it from the jump. Jason Tatum got his three-point shot blocked. Derek Lively's making a three now. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the game was lost.
The basketball gods was on their side.
That game was lost
basketball gods.
That game was lost in the first quarter, though. Because when it was 31-21 at the end of one, if it would have been flipped, it would have been the same thing. Dallas, like I said that day we talked about it, Dallas, if the Celtics got off to a fast run, Dallas was going to pack it up. Dallas got off to a fast run, the Celtics were going to pack it up because they had 3 in their back pocket.
What happened to your cold-blooded basketball killers who are going to step on the throat and just make short work of the Mavericks and sweep? You had your broom out here. You're sweeping them off the front of this set.
We're going to pick J. Kidd up real quick.
Bring him back. Where is Luka? Luka,
Luka, J. Kidd, come back. My bad.
Yeah.
That's just human nature sometimes, Skip.
Human nature.
You get a little content. You know, you feeling good about yourself. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You win in a certain way. Think about it. You at the dice table. You win in a certain way. Then you start adding on some money. You know, then you crap out. You know that.
When you look at this game, Paul,
you should have just kept everything the same.
So when you look at this game tonight, Paul, when you look at this game tonight, I picked them. You picked them, obviously, to win the game. When something goes not the way you want it to in this game, and all of a sudden Dallas clips them and it's 3-2, and they're going back to Dallas, how you gonna feel? That's the question. How you gonna feel 3-2 versus 3-0?
That's gonna be a sunken feeling. That flight, like I'm telling you, let's just play the Skip and Keyshawn if game.
I didn't say if.
If they do lose, I mean, see, right now, all the momentum still with Boston.
Yeah, it is.
All the pressure is still on Dallas.
No, see, I don't think so.
All the pressure is still on Dallas.
I think Dallas
now Dallas got a little, they got a little sense of hope. So there's a little pressure on them. They like, guys, if we win, there's a little more anxiety in that locker room of Dallas than still in Boston.
The anxiety is building to nuclear limits.
No, not yet. Not nuclear
Y'all could implode, man.
No, sir.
No, really, honestly.
No,
You
sir.
up 3-0. You going back home 3-2.
We came down here and got our job done.
How?
We got to win in Dallas.
Yes.
You can't tell me.
But you got 3-0.
You got 2 out of 3 games at home. You haven't lost 3 out of 4 games all year long.
I understand
you
that.
You haven't lost 4 games in a row. You haven't even lost 3 games in a row all year long.
I understand that.
So over the course of 6, 7, 8 months, that's a great sample size to tell me how consistent you are as a team. Think about this. In 8 months span, they haven't lost 3 in a row games all year long. So now we're going to wait until the end to do it? I just don't see it.
You haven't played the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, we beat them twice this year during the regular season.
But they weren't this Dallas Mavericks.
Yes, they was. They was the second time in March.
Here's the point. My biggest disappointment about games 1 and 2 is that Luka has played by far the best on the road. And you better hope that he doesn't do what he kept doing through the first 3 rounds, which is go into some